Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJTRIP. Welcome to the Game According to Me, my weekly podcast where we talk about what's going on in the world of sports. In today's episode, we will be previewing the Super Bowl. We will be talking about what's going on in the NBA and the MLB. And then, of course, we'll have some thoughts on the Royal Rumble from this past Sunday. But let's start with the Super Bowl. This Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will compete in Super Bowl 55. I gotta tell you, this is gonna be something special. We're looking at Kansas City, looking for the back-to-back championship, the first back-to-back championship since the Patriots did it in 03 and 04. Yeah, this is incredible. Tom Brady's looking for his 7th championship. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are looking for their first title since 2002. This has all the makings of a exciting game. They've been terming it GOAT versus baby GOAT. And we all know that's wrong because the GOAT is Peyton Manning. But that's not here to be debated on this episode as of right now. We are talking about the game between the Chiefs and the Buccaneers. We have some COVID issues. Apparently, some of the COVID issues stem from the barber, the barber, and them not testing the barber and letting the barber come in and cut the hair of the center and the wide receiver, Daniel Kilgore, the center, and DeMarcus Robinson, the wide receiver. They're on the COVID-19 list. They probably will not play this weekend. Unreal that they could let that happen. Unreal. So now you're the Chiefs. You're down your 2 starting tackles. You're down your starting center, and that defense is a very poignant defense. So what are you gonna do? Well, who knows? Patrick Mahomes is not a statue back there. He is mobile, but we can see what happens. He has all the talent. He has all the talent in the world. He has all the tricks in the world, and more importantly, he has all of the weapons in the world. Tyreek Hill, Nicole Hardman, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, many others as well. These guys played back in the regular season, and Tyreek Hill, he had 20 yards by the end of the first quarter, and so it was incredible to see what this guys did. The score was a lot closer than the game realized, but I don't know if that's going to happen this one. I think we're going to see some interesting. Some interesting theories when it comes down to what's going to play out and what's going to happen in this game. To me, the game, I think it comes down to 2 things. Can the Bucs defense stop? Can they stop Patrick Mahomes? Can they stop him? Can they slow him down? Because I think that's the way that you're going to beat the Chiefs, is by slowing him down. And then, of course, for the Buccaneers, I think it's going to be, can they keep up with the Chiefs? Because I do think, even though is it the Bucs slow down, the Bucs defense slow down Mahomes. That means I think that means them kicking field goals instead of scoring touchdowns. I don't see them fully stopping. They didn't fully stop Aaron Rodgers, but they did a good job on it. If they can do that job that they did on Aaron Rodgers, on Patrick Mahomes, they have a chance to win this game. I just don't know if that's going to happen. And as for the Chiefs defense did the same thing with Brady. The Chiefs defense did an excellent job on Josh Allen. But this is a different quarterback. Josh Allen is a younger quarterback, but he's a more mobile quarterback. Tom Brady is a statue. So will they try to do the same thing? Will they try to blitz Tom Brady, or will they try to play coverage. What will they do? Try to get there with maybe 4, possibly only 5 people rushing, and then dropping more in coverage. It's going to be a fascinating game. It's going to be very fascinating. We're going to have a lot of, I think, a lot of underlying issues all over the place. When it comes to this, I think, like I mentioned earlier, you're talking about Tom Brady going for his seventh Super Bowl. We talking about Patrick Mahomes trying to go back to back, or as they've been saying, run it back. Andy Reid is in his 3rd Super Bowl. And he's looking for one. He's looking to put himself in that upper echelon of coaches. Coaches that we would consider some of the greats of all time. He's looking to put himself in that. We've got Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, who are continuing. They want to add on stuff for them so that they can at one point be considered to be Hall of Fame, players. So it is fabulous what all the stuff that is going down here with the Super Bowl. I'm gonna have fun watching it. I am not. No, some of you may know, some of you may not know. I'm not a fan of Brady. I'm not a fan of Brady because of the fact that everybody calls him the GOAT, and he's not. It's Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is the GOAT. We all need to realize this. Just stop looking at the rings. We're getting too blinded by the rings when it comes down to this. This is how you. It's just rings come into it, but this is more about how you play the game and other things that go inside that. And without question, Peyton Manning played the game better than Tom Brady did. Tom Brady just had a better team for most of the time that Peyton Manning played. So we should really stop with all this, but it's not going to stop. You know how people are. They live in a moment. Yeah, so I am not rooting for Tom Brady. I will be rooting for Patrick Mahomes. Because I do think that if Patrick Mahomes can keep going on the way he is, he will pass Peyton Manning as being the greatest of all time. And God forbid if he goes on a run where he's winning 4 and 5 championships in a row, which could very well happen. Now this is one of the reasons why I wanted Buffalo to win, because I have a feeling that Patrick Mahomes could, and the Kansas City Chiefs, they could really go on a run. This could be like a Michael Jordan run, like where he wins 6 out of 8, something like this. Or this could be, the Celtics run where he wins 8 out of 11. He wins 8 out of whatever 8 in a row and wins 11 all the time or something like that. So this could be very, very interesting. We are watching true greatness at its peak, and it is so good to wonder what's going to happen. So I cannot wait. I actually will give you my prediction at the end of this podcast, so make sure you stick around for that. Next up, though, we're going to talk about what's going on in the. So let's look at the NBA. As we take a look at the Eastern Conference, the top 8 teams so far in this very young season. The Sixers at the top of the East. The Nets are second. The Bucks, the Celtics, the Pacers, the Hawks, the Cavaliers, and the Hornets, with the Raptors and the Bulls right close behind the Hornets. So, the Sixers are right now. They are playing some good basketball. Joel Embiid is a definite MVP candidate. The Nets, we know what's happened with them, with James Harden being traded there. Them already having Kevin and Kyrie, and so they could be in the mix. They could be long term. They could overtake the Sixers very much for that 1 seed. The Bucks still have Giannis, and their team that is still a pretty good team as well. The Celtics still young, not as dominant as maybe we once thought. Obviously losing Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving probably did not help this team at all, anything like that. Although Brown has stepped up, Jalen Brown has stepped up, and Jason Tatum has moved to another level as well. So they are still there, but they have the Kemba Walker, although Kemba Walker has not been playing because of injury. But they are still there, for them. The Pacers, unbelievable that they made the trade, getting rid of Oladipo, but they are still. They are still playing well. Then, of course, the Hawks with Trae Young. The young Cavaliers are something else. Can't believe they're on this list. And the Hornets, getting Gordon Hayward has helped them. They lost Terry Rozier pretty relatively quickly. LaMelo Ball just had his first game as a starter recently. So there are some things going down in the Eastern Conference. And it's good to see. You see the Knicks and my Bulls are competitive. Even though they have losing records, they are competitive. So it's good to see that. The Heat, surprisingly, are 13th, but I think they played 10 games without Jimmy Butler. So I think Jimmy Butler just recently came back. So I think they will jump up and they'll get back into the playoffs as soon as they can. And then you look at the Washington Wizards and what's going on there. It's unfortunate. Westbrook and Beal, it's just not working out there. It is time for the Washington Wizards to go ahead and rebuild. They need to try to trade Russell Westbrook somewhere. They definitely need to trade Bradley Beal and try to make that team, remake that team over again. They've already traded John Wall. I think. They need to go ahead and need to trade Bradley Beal, and they need to do that probably this year. I don't know if there's a trade deadline or whatnot, but it should probably happen when Bradley Beal should get traded. I think, make a good trade. I don't know if the Bucks can. I heard some of the Bucks actually gave away four first round draft picks for Drew Holiday, which is it's like insane that you give away 4 first round draft picks for Drew Holiday. Now you don't have the money, the capital to go get Bradley Beal, who could be such a help. You think Bradley Beal and Chris Middleton helping out, Giannis, that could be amazing. But they don't have it, so I don't know. Over in the West, the Jazz are the number 1 seed, and they have been on an absolute monster of a streak. Before recently, they had won like 12 or so games in a row. Then they lost one the other day. But recently, they came back with a win. They're at the top of the Western Conference right now. The Clippers are behind them with a 16-6 record. Actually, the Clippers and the Lakers have identical 16-6 records. Clippers, I guess, are in front because they have a better conference record, or maybe because it's head-to-head. I'm not sure. But the Clippers are second. The Lakers are third. The Nuggets, 12-8. They're in the 4th seed. The Suns in the 5th seed. The Grizzlies are 6th. Trailblazers are 7th. And the Rockets, even though the Rockets get... Even though the Rockets have given up, the fucking phone. That was my train of thought. But the Rockets have done what was giving up James Harden and giving up other things as well, but they get back. They're still in the playoffs, so that's amazing. The Warriors and the Spurs are right just about behind them with identical 11-10 records. Kings, Thunders, Mavericks. Surprisingly, the Dallas Mavericks are losing. I'm not sure why. The Pelicans, they still need help, and the Timberwolves are behind them. They've been without Karl Anthony Towns because of COVID issues. So yeah. But you know, it's still a long season. It's still a long season. I don't expect the Jazz to keep it up. Although if they do, that's good on them. I don't know. I don't know if it was Shaq. I don't know if Shaq's gonna want to take credit for this. He's the one that told Donovan Mitchell that he's as good as a player he is, he can't take a team to the finals and nothing like that. I don't know what the hell Shaq was doing. So, but it is what it is. We'll see. They're not playing out just like how we all think, but as of right now, they're doing some fine things in Utah, and that's good on them. Um, cannot wait for this to continue. We cannot wait for the other stuff that's going on. The NBA has had some COVID issues with a lot of the teams, and so we will see how they finish out. They're coming into they've started to negotiate an agreement on a All-Star game and something that could happen there. So it's going to be down. It will be down in Atlanta. So we will all see where everything happens. So and how things how to play out. But right now, most teams playing about 22 or around anywhere between 20 to 23 games. This is looking like going to be a real fun and interesting season in the NBA. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Major League Baseball. They're going through some negotiations right now, trying to get this thing started on time. Season started on time. They're trying to do some things where they want the playoffs to be expanded, bringing the DH, and I hope it doesn't happen. I will, as much as I like the 8 playoff teams in the Major League Baseball. As much as I like that, if that means having the DH, I don't want it. I don't want the DH in the National League. I let the AL have the DH. The National League keep what it is. I don't know why this is becoming a big thing nowadays. It doesn't make any sense. It's not good baseball. It just isn't. It's not fun. It's not entertaining. We're already in a slog where we only do like 3 outcomes, where like it's only like it's like home run, walk, or strikeout. It's like nothing else. It's like there's no hidden runs, there's no strategy, there's no stealing bases, there's no bunts or anything like that. Everything, all of that shit is gone. And now you want to try to take away the strategy, the last bit of strategy that is in the game, is when the pitcher comes up to hit. And now you're gonna take that away? No, thank you. I'm not about it. I'm not about it. Yeah, so we can go ahead and and take that away. I would, as much as I let the 18 playoff, I'd much rather have the no DH. So we can go ahead and get rid of that. But some very interesting things happened this off season. Didn't seem like it was a lot of movement, but I bet you it was. I bet you the reason why it didn't seem like there's a lot of movement was because you couldn't have the winners meetings. You couldn't have normal winners meetings. They had virtual winners meetings. They didn't have any ones where apparently they all go to the hotel like somewhere in Florida, Arizona, Texas, something like that. And they have the winners meetings, and then they get together and they get drunk, and then they start making deals, and then they make deals drunk and, and everything like that. And agents are down there, and agents are trying to get their players signed, and then that's what happens. That doesn't seem to be happening because of everything that's going on with COVID. So there's been no, as they like to call it, hot stove league. But there has been some interesting things that have been going on. I'll probably get more in depth into them when I'll do a Major League Baseball preview show, probably sometime in March for that. But yeah. So but the most recent thing that happened is Colorado Rockies fading Nolan Arenado to the St. Louis Cardinals, excuse me, for like $50 million in cash and some other players or something like that. So interesting. St. Louis Cardinals are now becoming the team to beat in the National League Central and maybe in the National League altogether. San Diego's still there; they're still a good team, and then you still can't count out the Dodgers and what they're coming back with. So it's going to be an interesting season if they can get the season started and get it. It looks to be it's going to start on time. It's just maybe it won't happen. So and again, like I said, like I just mentioned, if we can get rid of the DH, and bring back actual baseball, how baseball is supposed to be played, then yeah, I'll be more than down. I took the DH last year because of everything that happened. I wasn't, something like that. I wasn't a big fan of but I took it because it was the way we were going to get baseball. This year can be different. We can go without the DH in the National League, and wish we can go to the DH in the National League for the rest of the time. Yeah, let's just do that. But should be an interesting season. Again, like I said, I go more deep, in depth into the things, the moves, and the storylines of Major League Baseball later into probably March, previewing the season. And then let's also quickly talk about the Royal Rumble. Yeah, I enjoyed the hell out of the Royal Rumble this past Sunday. I thought it was excellent. I thought both Rumbles were great. I thought the Last Man Standing match was pretty good. Loved the golf cart spot with Roman Reigns um, running over Kevin Owens. I already knew Jim Cornette was not going to like that because there was a lot of there were some spots that were there that should have been the finish of the match, like that should have been the finish, and you know and then they screwed it. So it was, I knew he wasn't going to be a big fan of that, but I enjoyed it. I thought the SmackDown Women's Title match was um it was good, and I thought the WWE Championship match was what it was itself. I thought on the pre-show, Asuka and Flair losing the World Tag Titles to Nia Jackson and Shayna Baszler. I thought that was interesting, and then I thought even on Monday Night Raw, I thought it was even more interesting. The fact that Asuka and Flair, that stuff is there's some beef happening with them, and it kind of looks like now maybe what they do is maybe they're turning, Asuka. So maybe that is the way they're going. Um, and that's wonderful to see. Maybe, and then maybe they are gonna do Asuka Flair at WrestleMania again. So, um, but I really enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun watching it. That both were great. Christian came back in the Men's Royal Rumble. Couldn't believe Christian came back. He came back, and who knows if he'll have another match. He said on Twitter that if he wanted to at least go out on his own terms, and I was glad he was able to. I'm glad he's able to go out on his own terms. That was incredible to see him come back and do that. And that's the last match. Good job on him. I'm glad he's able to get the opportunity to come back and finish it out. And they've been saying that some people are like some wrestling people have been saying that Christian's still old an Intercontinental title match from 2014, and the Intercontinental Champion at that time was Big E, and I guess he's Intercontinental Champion now. Big E, and even Big E kind of been playing into it, and he's been sending pictures out on Twitter for it. So yeah, great to see Christian back. And yeah, I mentioned it on my review, my YouTube channel. Make sure you go over to youtube.com/AJTRIP20 and make sure you check that out. But I don't get the whole Bianca Belair thing. I don't see I don't really. I don't see what a lot of other people see in her. Again, I think she's she's got good stuff. I think there is something there, but I don't think it's something that we're at this point right now where it's it's like the thing where it seemingly it's just like it's everybody's there for yeah, she's a good person and everything like that, and then and all that good stuff, and she's going through a lot and overcome that, and that's great. But that's I don't know that to me that she should be that she should have won the Rumble over Flair or over Ripper, but it is what it is right now. So and it's like they are going towards that way to Mania. I don't know who she's going to face. If she's going to face, well, the Raw champion or something like that, or what's going to happen. But whatever it may be, it's going to be. She won the Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, good for her. And Edge won the men's, and yeah, I don't get the thing where people are upset that Edge won the Royal Rumble. It's that people need to get over themselves. Really, it's the fans that the fans are really becoming. The fans are ruining wrestling. It really is. The fans are really ruining wrestling because they just they think their opinion matters more than anything else, and your opinion doesn't matter. It just doesn't. It doesn't matter for wrestling. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for Friends. It doesn't matter for Game of Thrones. It doesn't matter for anything. It's just sit back and enjoy the show. Sit back and enjoy what you watch. And stop being so goddamn entitled. It's so sickening. It really is. They didn't even so much for that they're trashing Bad Bunny and they're not knowing what Bad Bunny is. Listen. Jim Cornette lives like a hermit in Louisville, Kentucky. So him not knowing who a Bad Bunny is and anything like that is one thing. But people out here and other things, who lives out in the world, and you don't know who Bad Bunny is. Okay, fine, you don't know who Bad Bunny is, but don't ask why he's on your television. Because most of us know who Bad Bunny is, know that he's a big major star. He's a lifelong WWE fan, and this was just gonna be the perfect marriage. So, yeah. So it just makes sense for both people. So y'all need to shut up. You really do. That being said, again, the Royal Rumble was great. I loved it, and if you have not a chance to watch it, make sure you do, and make sure you do watch it because it was fantastic. Best pay-per-view of the year. Can I say that already? It's only been 2 months. Best pay-per-view of the year. So as we end this podcast, I said I was going to give you my predictions for the Super Bowl. And I also told you that I am not a big fan of Tom Brady. Brady fatigue. I hate the fact that people call him the GOAT when he's not. A lot of things. But I also think that the Chiefs they're just too good. And I think it's going to take one hell of an effort to beat them, and I don't know if Tampa Bay has it. I don't even know. And when you think about the last year as well, I think everybody gave the Chiefs their best effort. Houston went out to the lead. Tennessee went out to the lead. And the 49ers had a lead, and the Chiefs came back, and they came back quickly. You look back at this year in the playoffs. When you look at the Bills went up 9-0, and then the Chiefs scored 21 unanswered points straight. I just don't think the Bucs defense is going to be able to stop the Chiefs and Chiefs in their offense enough times. Possibly possibly the Buccaneers could keep up offensively, but I thought Buffalo could keep up offensively with the Chiefs, and that didn't happen. And listen, Josh Allen is not Tom Brady, but I'm not sure. I think this is the Chiefs. This is the Chiefs to win. I think they win. I think the fourth quarter they run away with it, and I think the Chiefs win 38-21. That is my prediction. Make sure you are checking out next week. Next week, here on the podcast, actually will probably be like the audio, because I will be doing a rapid reaction to the Super Bowl Sunday night. So you guys will be able to check that out on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/AJTRIP20, and the audio from that will be uploaded to here on my podcast, and we will be talking about the game, talk about the commercials, all that good stuff. And then afterwards, my podcast will go on a little bit of a hiatus. I'm not sure how long, like I don't know, 2-3 weeks, whatever it may be. But it will come back. Just again, follow me on, just just make sure that you are, you are wherever you're looking at, you subscribed, or you get notifications to when I do, put up a podcast. You get it, you know it. From that, you can always follow me on my YouTube channels. You can always follow me on my social media, like Twitter and like my Facebook page, all of that stuff to keep up on my whereabouts. Do all of that. So check it out. But yeah, that's what's coming up next for your boy. So everybody enjoy the Super Bowl. Everybody out there stay safe. The Northeast with all of the snow and everything like that, and of course the COVID still big time running. Please, everybody out there, stay safe. Thank you guys so much for listening. This is your boy AJTRIP signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out. Let's go. Cheese.